Duke. We're filming. We're filming. Alright? No, that's not your food. That's Warren's food. Hi guys, this is Ria. So today, great news. We got some worms. So I've been debating when I should start worm compost indoor because we do this in Japan and we have outdoor that we could just put our compost. We don't have to think too much about like when do we start or anything like that. But we're in a house in a different environment and city living here for a few months. We are throwing away some of our food scraps, which we didn't want to do that. So I decided to order some worms to start worm compost inside of a house. And そうコンポストをね始めようと思ってミミズを購入しました。今回初めて家の中でこうミミズコンポストをしようと思うのでちょっと実験的なんですけれどもやってみたいと思います。So we wanted to have a wooden box for the compost for the worms. However, we didn't have time and this is supposed to be arrived tomorrow, but it came today. So we wanted to introduce these worms to their new house as soon as possible. So what we did was we just found a bucket in the basement. So this is what we're going to use. This might not be the ideal thing. So if you're looking for something ideal, maybe this is not it. And I read something about like more air surface is better. What we have in Japan is a wooden box that I just kind of like nailed together. That works absolutely perfectly. In a short notice, this is our solution today. We need to start punching holes so that air can circulate and then worms can breathe. They need air just like us. So we're going to create that environment for them. So we're going to punch holes at the top. I've seen a lot of people do at the bottom too, but I don't want to have all the water draining to the floor. So I am not going to do that here. So instead, I'm gonna just drill at the top. Okay, let's just do it. It came out! 取れちゃった To the left?
Lefty loosey, righty tighty.
This is like so ancient. Oh my gosh. So here.
Make sure it's tight.
I think it's tight. Just make sure, this is a powerful tool, so make sure you're not punching a hole in your hands or anywhere. Just do this in a safe place. Now, we're going to add some beddings inside of this bucket. A lot of people use coco coir or peat moss, something that can retain a lot of water but not too wet, it doesn't get too dry. But I just kind of like look around at what's in this house and I found this organic potting mix. So this is something like this. So potting soil. So this is dry right now. So I am going to wet this potting soil, potting mix. And this has a peat moss, perlite, earth worm casting, coconut coir. So see how this goes. So I'm going to add some water, but just be careful you don't want to overwater this soil. ちょっとずつこれ入れていきます。Mix together. This is really fun. I love like smell of the earth soil. It's really nice. So yeah, this looks pretty good. Holes, but there's no water coming out. And then I'm going to add some shredded paper here. At this house, they shred a lot of paper. So instead of using leaves, this kind of shredded paper. I'm sure like a lot of people have a lot of paper like this, so I think this is a good thing to use. We're going to add the same amount of paper to the soil. You don't have to be so precise here. Kind of mix together. And now, see, like, this is not absorbing a lot of water because there's not much water to begin with. So we're going to add a little bit more water here. ちょっとお水を入れていきます。It's like a fun project. Like as soon as I put the water It shrunk a little bit, so this is good. You want to give them healthy, not too wet, not too dry, moist, nice, comfortable house. This is nice. Look. I think we could go a little bit more paper. When the microorganisms break down all that paper, earthworms, those red wigglers can eat all the things that's been broken apart. And then what happened is that they turn into black gold, which we love to use for our garden in Japan. And I think you should do that too at home. So this is the base. This is the bedding for the worms. So this is the worm that we got. There was like instruction came with it. My hands are a little dirty. I got this from Uncle Jim's. Uncle Jim's worm farm. I just opened this like 30 minutes ago to just make sure worms are here. They've been traveling for a few days, I believe. So some of them looks weak. Some of them are dead because like it stinks a little bit. But there are some wigglers that's alive. Just put it here. I ordered 250 counts of worms. It was about 30 bucks, I think. So it's like 3,500円ぐらいですか。250匹ぐらいいるそうです。Oh, it's healthy. It's moving. So there's like a big chunk of worm here. I think these are a little weak or dead. Yeah, it smells bad. Some came super healthy, you know, but some are dead. Totally fine. They will decompose. They become nutritious soil. Nice worms! Look at this! Yay! So they're going to break down our food scraps. So ね、バイバイ。もう生ゴミバイバイです。もう本当に嬉しい。もうね、どうしようかと思っていつも捨ててたんですよ。こっちに来てから。もうね、嫌でしょうがなくって。でも、今からこのミミズちゃんたちにちょっとね、働いてもらいたいと思います。I'm going to introduce you guys to the new home. So, what we're going to do is introducing them to new home. Alright. So we want to have a lot of good microorganisms and bacteria in this soil so that we're feeding the soil to create great vegetables or flowers. They don't like the light. I'm sorry guys. I know it was really bright for you guys. They don't like the light, so just do this part as quick as possible. I know it's your new pet, new family. You want to just like look at them and kiss them or whatever, but just transfer them in the bucket. Trust me, they will like that much better than you staring at them. And just be careful if they don't like your house, their new house, they try to escape. So just make sure you have a lid. They are inside of the bucket. Now we're going to give a little bit of food. You don't want to introduce too much food to them when they just transfer to a new house. So I have some kale. I'm just sharing my salad because I didn't have that much food scraps today. There's some apple core. I drank some tea. So there's like tea leaves from tea bags. That's about it. So it's just a little bit, but I am going to sprinkle this over. Okay guys, eat well. So what you don't want to put is dairy, milk, yogurt, cheese, oil, bread, fish, meat. A lot of things could go wrong from it, especially if you're doing this indoor. So, and after you feed that nice food, just like layer of food, I think you can bury this because like when I'm in Japan, I like to cover all that food scraps that I give to the worms in the soil and cover so there's not exposed at all. But I just don't want to disturb them too much, so I'm just going to leave like that. And also these are not really these are like a really fresh stuff, so it's not rotten. So I'm just going to leave like this, and then to finish you're going to add some sort of cover to it. So I'm going to use some wet newspaper here because there is a lot of newspaper in this house. So I'm just going to use this, but I know a lot of you guys don't order newspaper anymore, and that's if that's the case, you could wet cardboard, air it a little bit, and then just make a nice seal to it. Or what you can do is, if you have a lot of leaves, which we do in Japan, so we can put a lot of leaves on top of the compost. Do what you can do. This is not the only thing that you could use as a cover. Leaves, newspaper, cardboard, something wet, nice. So I'm going to seal this compost bin. Okay? And warm's like a dark place. So if you're choosing some container, make sure it's not see-through. It's not like there's no lighting coming through, because they like to have nice, quiet, dark place. So, and then just send the love, and hopefully they'll be thrive. And at the end of the compost period, you could harvest the black gold, the nutritious soil for your food, for your veggies, for your garden. So even if you don't use those, you could just give it to your friends who does gardening. Ask around. I'm sure like people want this thing, because this is the base of food, which we need it. So yeah, I think this is a great system that you could start experimenting at your own home too. And I will update as we find out what goes into this indoor compost system. So yeah, that's it for today, and hopefully you guys enjoy the video. And I'm going to shut this warm bin with lots of love. Alright, well guys, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.